In today's video, I'd like to take a look at the circle of fifths, discussing the subdominant keys and maybe going a little bit more in depth. So once again, the subdominant keys are going to be the left side right over here, this whole area for us. So we're not discussing the right side at all. Now let's go ahead and look at some more patterns here. And I know that the relative minor for C major is A minor. How do I know that? Well, A minor is the 6th degree of C major. If you followed along so far with all of our videos, you'll find that. We could sort of populate these in different ways. I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm just going to say, well, the relative minor for F major is D minor. And if you wanted to prove that, go ahead and write out the F major scale, find the 6th degree, you'll see that it's D. Now, I could continue to do this and sort of write out, if I wanted to, I could write out B flat major, I could write out E flat major, I could write out, all these different scales, I could write them out and then figure out what my relative minor would be. That seems like a lot of work. And so good for us, we actually have an easier method. And so I'm just going to really consider what is the vector from going from, let's say, C to B flat. The vector from C down to B flat. Well, so vectors we know have distances and direction. And so the vector here is down by a whole step. And so A minor, consequently, it's also going to go down to G minor. Okay, so in other words, if the parent major is going down by a whole step, then the relative minors need to also go down by a whole step. So everything in this idea is really, it's just about proportions, right? If this goes down a whole step, my relative minor goes down by a whole step. So there's definitely a proportion there. Let's go ahead and kind of skip another and do this one. So from B flat down to A flat is down a whole step. So G minor must go down to F minor. And let's go down another whole step from A flat major down to G flat major is going to give us E flat minor. And those are the relative minors based there. Let's go ahead and do the other ones that we sort of skipped over. And the vector here from F major down to E flat. So the distance, right, from F to E flat is down a whole step. And so then we want to think about what's down a whole step from D minor. And that would give us C minor. And I want to think about what is down a whole step from E flat. That's D flat. So this is E flat to D flat is down a whole step. So then what's down a whole step from C minor? And that would give us B flat minor. And now we can see that there are definitely some patterns here with our relative minor scales. And hopefully this makes sense to you. We talked about this in the dominant key section as well. But hopefully it makes sense because, well, relative minors and parent majors, they're the same scale. They're just sort of rotated, right? So if there's a pattern that occurs in one, we should be expecting a pattern to occur in the other. Now let's go a little bit further with this and let's consider, starting here from C major. From C major, we want to consider how many flats do we have? So flats, this will be flats, this column. And C major is going to have 0 flats. And let's think about F major. Let's think about B flat major. Let's think about E flat major. Let's think about A flat major and D flat major and G flat major. And so we have 0 flats. And F major is going to be 1 flat. B flat major is 2 flats, 3 flats, 4 flats, 5 flats, and 6 flats. All right, now this is a little trickier to grasp onto in terms of determining what the next flat is. So C major is going to have 0 flats. And I think about what is the 4th degree. Okay, so let's write that maybe out over here somewhere. C, D, E, F. The 4th degree of that, this is how I think about it. And you could think of it as the 5th degree in reverse, right? Counting this direction, and you would get to an F as well. But I'm going to think about it going forward. The 4th degree would give me F. And that is why I have an F major here. The 4th degree up is what's going to get listed for my next iteration of the circle of fifths. And then I think about what is the 4th degree of F major? Well, that would be B flat. And that is what's getting listed over here. Then I think about what is the 4th degree of B flat? And that is E flat. And that's what's getting listed over here. What is the 4th degree of E flat? That is A flat. And that's what's getting listed over here as our next iteration. I think about what is the 4th degree of A flat, and that is D flat. And that's what's getting listed over here as our next iteration. And finally, what is the 4th degree of D flat? And that would give us G flat. And that is what's over here. That's what's listed over here. So now we want to think about, well, what are the actual flats that we have in the scales? Well, I know that C major just has the F note. Let's go ahead and maybe make a different column here. So C major is just going to have an F note, but that's not an alteration. There's no sharps or flats there. Well, F major will have one flat and is B flat. B flat major is going to be, well, it's actually kind of obvious. It's got to have a B flat and an E flat, right? It's obvious because it says B flat. So we have to have that. So this one had a B flat. Now, E flat major is going to, well, okay, we're going to kind of take the old ones, B flat, E flat, and the new one, which was A flat. A flat major is going to have B flat, E flat, hopefully you can guess it, A flat, and the new one, which is D flat. D flat major is going to have B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, and the new one, which is G flat. And finally, G flat will have B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, and C flat. Now, when I was a kid and I took piano lessons way back when, my piano teacher taught me to kind of think about the flats that are here, B, E, A, D, G, C. And one of the things that I learned that really was helpful, and I actually never forgot it, which is really strange. I forgot just about everything that I took when I was a kid, but I didn't forget this. And I didn't forget this because it made some sense. But bead with a gold clasp fastener. Okay, and so this sort of just kind of talks about the different flats that we're going to have. And what do we have here? Well, we've got B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat. Okay, that would be here. And then we have gold clasp. And so she sort of taught me that. And I remember, something I just haven't forgot, bead with a gold clasp fastener. And it just kind of stuck. It just made sense to me. And those are the order of the flats that they go into. It's B, E, A, D, G, C. You're going to always see them in that exact order. That's how they'll appear on sheet music as well. In future videos, we're going to continue to look at some more concepts about scale building. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you've really enjoyed what you've seen so far, please just go ahead and click that subscribe button for me. It'll help keep us going so we can put out more great content for you.